We did the Swiss yen, we did the Aussie yen, we did the pound yen. So the next one we want to look at, again, just matching our pairs. The euro and the CAD are pretty much with each other in the form of a degree of strength. So, well, we might as well do them both. So let's see how the CAD yen first is working. This is the CAD yen, and just looking at the radar screen, you can see we triggered the sell signal from last week at 83.38. It is now trading at, at 80.38. It is now trading at 79.97. So we're about 40 pips on that trade. And lo and behold, there is your CAD yen, and you can see how many sell signals we have, and you can also see by it closing at 79.97 your structural point is at 80.17. So in a second, it takes a second by doing your homework that you know that you will only buy it above 80.17. That is going to be your structural long point, and of course to follow and be consistent, because that is the key, always to do things in the same way, to be consistent, to ensure that you have the result. Then your stop is the 80.17. That is on the long side. For the short, you can see we're already in a sell signal. This is already right here. That's already a sell signal. We should be short the the CAD yen. This is also a pretty significant point here that we can keep an eye on, but I'm just gonna put it, just mark it now, 64. Okay, so I need to go to the intraday chart to identify where I can find the sell signal. This was the sell signal from last week, and this was the stop from last week, and it actually did work well. So in this case, right here, our sell signal will be here below the 79.58. We can take the first flush out of the range, and our stop will be right there at the 79.80. So I'm risking about 30 pips on that trade. So I'm going to go short below 79.58. My stop is going to be 79.80. Right? And my structural short point is going to be, we can use the 79.64 as one. I mean, because if it does come and trade below which is this big moment, let me put it here first. I mean, we already have the 79.11 from last week, but if we put the 79.64, and I'm going to show you, it might be actually give us a little bit more capitulation and momentum to the downside. Because look at that, what happened here. Look at this behavior. That is a big sell-off when it went below the 79.64. So assuming it comes below it, and look at the fear that happened the day before yesterday. It went down to 79.56 and really snapped back. So the buying that came in above the 79.64 did not actually materialize into too much buying. It actually failed. So coming back below the 79.64 might very well lead to a capitulation to the downside. So it will be good to take it short to the downside. So the CAD yen, we're going to go long above 80.17, and that is our structural long point and our stop. We're going to go short below the 79. That's wrong. What have I done here? So I stand corrected. We will only short it below the 79.65. My apologies. That's a mistake. We will short it below the 79.65. That is the 64. That's the structure, and in this case, that will be the stop. And as you can, so yeah, that's right. That is where we're going to short it from here, right below the structure point. It is the 79.64, and the low of the day is 79.58, so it doesn't really make much of a difference for ticks. So we're shorting it below the 79.65 structure point. So we are going to buy the CAD yen above the 81.17 structure point, and that will be our long point and stop. And we're going to go short below the 79.64 structure point, and it will also become our stop. Okay, that is the CAD yen.